there, friend. Before we dive into today's episode, I wanted to make sure you know about the new workbook that I just created for you. If you have been feeling the aches at the end of every day, the quiet dread on Sunday evenings when you have to go to work tomorrow, and the sinking feeling that running on somebody else's schedule or chasing somebody else's dreams can't be all there is, then this new workbook is exactly for you. Is It Time to Ditch Hygiene is a self-assessment to help you get honest about where you are, see what's actually possible in a career you will absolutely love, and to help you decide what comes next. So grab the workbook. The link will be located wherever you are listening to this. Take a deep breath, grab a pen, and give yourself permission to be completely honest as you fill it out. Now, back to the show. Hey, I'm Carmen, and welcome to Myo Life. That's short for My Outrageous Life, which is exactly the kind of life I get to live since I found the courage to ditch dental hygiene and build a life I'm bonkers about as a myofunctional therapist and entrepreneur. Here you will find all the things myo, business, and how to build a life that you too are bonkers about. I'm very happy you're here. Shall we dive in? Well, hello, my friend, and welcome back to the Myo Life Podcast. Once again, I'm very happy that you are here. We have a good topic today. It's going to be a short and sweet guy. I'm kind of just rolling. I have some notes here, and more so, I'm just kind of speaking from the heart because I have been doing a lot of connection calls with dental hygienists, and it just breaks my heart because so many of them want out of dental hygiene and they just won't make that decision. So we're going to rip off the Band-Aid, okay? You say you want out of hygiene and you say that you want more flexibility and you want less aches and pains and you want more meaning and more income, more freedom, being able to work from anywhere, all those things. And I believe you. But the truth is, you haven't made the decision to leave or to transition out. Remember, I've talked about that in previous episodes, where you don't just say, take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. No, you transition out. You trade a little bit of time at a hygiene for a little bit of time in myo. But the truth is, you haven't done it because you're scared. And instead of calling it fear, you're dressing it up as logic. I'm too busy. I need to be more prepared. It's just not the right time. Does this sound familiar? I'm not saying that all of those things aren't real. I'm saying they're not the real reason. The real reason is fear. And listen, it's not the enemy, but letting it drive the bus, that's going to keep you stuck, my friend. So in this episode, I'm going to quickly unpack 3 of the most common fear-fueled excuses that I hear from brilliant hygienists who are so meant for something more. They just want something different, and I just feel for them. So let's unpack them. Number 1, I'm too busy. Yes, this is the classic. You're telling yourself you're drowning in work, family, exhaustion, errands, and you just don't have time. But, my friend, I just saw you post a picture of your dinner on Instagram. Kind of kidding, but kind of not, okay? What this comes down to is the choices really that you make about how you're managing your time. You do not need hours a day. You need a few hours of focused, intentional action per week. You need 1 step, then 2. Okay, if your goal is to create a life you're bonkers about, then you have to make space for that goal. So many of my students, on one hand, get frustrated because they're not as far along as they want to be. And on the other hand, when we get down to the brass tacks about what they're doing, they tell me that they're busy. And so this is just a boundaries issue, okay? If your goal is to create a life you're bonkers about, then you have to have boundaries around that, okay? your schedule is never going to open up. You're never going to be less busy. People always just think, well, when things slow down, it's just not going to happen. You have to improve the time management. You need to improve how you select the tasks that you work on. And you need to not waste time on silly things like social media or binging Netflix, all of those things. One last thought on this. It makes so much more sense to have support while you do this and you're busy than doing it alone. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So that is the biggest one. I am too busy. And I'm still always shocked when students won't set boundaries around their time. Okay, so you just need, like I said, a few hours of focused. Well, my friend, you're here listening, so I wanted to give you a big heads up about a super exciting bonus that's coming up in September when you enroll in the Ditch Hygiene Academy. But first, what is the Ditch Hygiene Academy? It's my super popular program where I teach dental hygienists everything you need to know to confidently transition from dental hygiene to a flexible, fulfilling career in myofunctional therapy, even if you're working full-time and have just a few hours per week to spare. Inside the Ditch Hygiene Academy, you will receive comprehensive training in myofunctional therapy fundamentals, step-by-step guidance to start and grow your business, mentorship and tools to fast-track your success, and an organized and easy-to-follow curriculum that keeps things manageable. So what's exciting about September, you're wondering? Well, it's the first time that I will be leading students through the supported September sprint. This private bonus experience is designed to help you complete stage 1, the most important stage, by December and be ready to confidently accept your first paying client come January. I will walk you through what stage 1 includes, what to focus on and what to ignore, how to pace yourself through quarter 4, and how to block your time so that you stay on track. You will have complete support from myself and my team, including extra coaching, a complete roadmap and sprint tracker, weekly sprint support emails, and a 2026 planning call with yours truly. Together, these bonuses will give you the structure, support, and confidence to finish stage 1 by December and step into January knowing exactly what to do next. So you don't need to do anything now, but keep listening, because come September, you're going to want to make sure that you are enrolled in the Ditch Hygiene Academy. The second fear-based excuse is I'm afraid I'll fail, or I just want to be sure. So this is another thing that happens in these conversations that I'm having with hygienists is basically they want a guarantee that they're going to have success. And as I have said before, the problem with people feeling entitled to success, that's a biggie, okay? I don't have a glass ball to know that you're going to be successful. If you follow what I lay out in the program and you show up consistently and you do the uncomfortable, scary, unsexy things, all of those, the things that I teach you are simple. You just have to do them. If you do that, then you're going to be successful, but there is no guarantee that it's going to work for you, or it's the right move for you, or that you won't fail, okay? Certainty is a myth, and you do not get clarity and then move. You have to move, and that's what gives you clarity. So this is one of the things that I coach on a lot, and it's one of the core tenets of the profitable practice philosophies that I teach, is that you have to believe before the income comes in, okay? Belief comes before the results. Belief comes before the dollar bills, before the clarity, before the proof. If you're waiting to feel 100% sure before you take the leap, then you're going to be waiting a long time, okay? When I started my practice, I didn't know if it would work. I didn't know if clients would come. I had no safety net. But what I did have was belief in the vision that I just couldn't shake. It was on my heart for a reason. And if you've got this pull and it's on your heart, then it's there for a reason, okay? The truth is, you don't feel ready and then you start, and that's what makes you feel ready. So if you are looking for a sign that it's time, consider this it. All right, what's my next one here? I'm afraid I won't find enough clients. Again, this goes back to belief. You have to believe that somebody needs your help, okay? And if you need help with that, then go to the mall. Go to a sporting event. There are people all over that need your help. They just don't know it yet. Okay, or they don't know about you, or they don't know about your services. But if you follow what I teach you in the program and you don't fight for your limitations and you don't make excuses and you do know how to set boundaries and you do know how to be resourceful and not confused, then you're going to be successful. Okay, you have to be willing to start scrappy. You have to be willing to take that ugly and perfect action. Remember, messy action wins. You have to trust in the process. All right, I think that really sums it up. Like I said, this was going to be a shorty. It's fear. It's okay. You have to feel the fear and do it anyhow. If this is something that you're really wanting, if you're really wanting out of hygiene, that was my whole story, you guys. I needed out of hygiene so bad. I was having heart palpitations on the way to work. I couldn't do it. In fact, I was truly afraid that it was going to kill me, and I was so young. So it is there, the step-by-step, follow the yellow brick road training is there for you. You just have to take it and get rid of these excuses. So the fear is just your little reptile brain saying, if you just don't do it, then you don't have to be uncomfortable. Remember, it is meant to keep you safe. So that is it, my friend. That is just my pep talk, because I have been having these thoughts because I have been talking to so many women who are just afraid. If this dream is pulling at you, it's there for a reason, okay? So don't overthink this. Remember, you're going to build a bridge out of dental hygiene. You are not going to take a cliff jump. So you're only going to transition a little bit out of time as you're comfortable. Your life could look radically different 6 months from now. And that just means you're going to have to trust. You're going to have to trust. You're going to have to get moving. You're going to have to get that car moving and stop waiting for the perfect green light and be your own permission slip. Okay? The fear is still going to be there. It's still going to be loud. You're not doing anything wrong. You can't do anything wrong in this process. You just have to keep going. And I don't want you to be circling the same dream that you had last year. I don't want to be having the same conversation with you next year, okay? So it's time to move. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be convenient. But today, you're the only one who can make that decision. And also, I will tell you this, if you want help making that decision, the Ditch Hygiene Academy opens again in September. And I built it exactly for this, for women who are still in hygiene and know that she knows that she can't stay there but is scared. Also, for the woman who's ready to build a career that she's excited to wake up to, for somebody who's ready to believe in something more, get the tools, the support, strategy, all that stuff to make it happen. I can help you make that decision. Wherever you're watching this, you can book a connection call. I will make sure that this makes sense for you. But that is all I have today for you, my friend. Gosh, I can't even speak. I just hope this little pep talk helps you just think really about the real reason why you haven't left hygiene yet. Okay? And until next time, go build a life you're bonkers about, and I'm going to be back soon with some more myofunctional business goodness.